right, one thumbs up. Nobody viewing. That's better. Good morning and good luck. Thanks, Tim. Yeah, it was weird. I started the live, but the live was also playing on my YouTube, so it was like echoing. I had to close the live and close the one playing in the background. It was strange. I'm not really sure what happened. What I was saying is we've got some time. Land of the free. What's going on, man? We've got some time for the birds to get back. I thought they'd be let out earlier. Sunrise was 6:18. I thought they'd be let out at 6:45. They weren't let out till 7:05, which is okay for, you know, the race. But we started this maybe 20 minutes earlier, 30 minutes earlier than it needed to be started. But we can run a live anyway. I got the other birds and stuff, the young birds. I'm gonna put a bath out for them when the sun gets a little higher. So we do have some time to kill. So if anybody wants to dip and come back at like 10, I understand. I don't think anybody's gonna hang out for the full hour until birds start getting back. But we'll keep the live running. And I'll keep an eye on my phone battery. I may be running an extension cord with a phone charger. Heck no, we are hanging out now. Tim, hang out, man. You guys are going to help quell my anxiety of race day. Instead of pacing my backyard anxiously, I'll sit here and hang out with you guys. I was doing a bunch of yard work this morning. I got a big mulch delivery on Friday, so I got up early and I got a good amount of mulching done, and I still got a lot to go. But I cut the grass in the backyard. And yes, for those of you who have been here since the winter, I finally got grass to grow back here. Let's flip it around. It's not the best, but it's coming. We've almost got grass. Almost a full lawn. But also, that's the direction the birds should be coming. More like that's directly west, is that way. Yeah, Tim, it's coming. It's coming. It's not so bare anymore. I do this every year. I'm so close to the beach that my dirt is like sand. So I get the grass to grow really well up until about July, and then the heat of the summer kills it. The crabgrass grows in. Then in the fall, the crabgrass dies, and I have no grass. But yeah, so that's the way. That way's west. The birds have a west-southwest wind, it looks like. So I'm expecting them to come in more of like a west-northwest, which would be like that way. Ideally, they'll come right over these front yards that are behind me. There's like a row of houses. This is my neighbor, and then there's another row of houses, you know, past them. Ideally, they'll come through the front yards so I can see them coming in, but what they usually do is come from the back of those houses through the backyards, and then they loop around, and I get them to drop in from up here, and they'll drop right in to the loft, hopefully. But I did a bunch of landscaping. Let's go over there. I fixed the lattice on the loft. I put it behind the aviary, so it looks neater. We mulched. I put some plants here. These are some hospices in the center. And so that sign is from my grandfather that had the pigeons, which we all know, Dan's the Loft. And then that St. Francis statue, which I'm not very religious, but we're Italians, and Italians have to have giant statues of saints in their yards for some reason. So my dad's father bought that for us when we bought the house, and they're all since passed away, but it's actually quite fitting, St. Francis, since he was the patron saint of animals, and we have a lot of animals. And I'll take all the luck I can get, so I put it right in front of the loft for the birds to, who knows, but two things from both grandfathers right here, so let's see if that brings us some luck. But while we're just hanging out, we can go into the loft. Yeah, my wife put a pot here with some tulips, and we mulched all around, so it looks a lot nicer now. And oh, my Velcro came off, but that's okay. I got a new clock. I got the M2. I'm not religious either, but that's a cool statue, and it's got history with your family. Yeah, exactly, Tim. I'm not a very religious person. I just don't, I just exist. But yeah, that was a gift from my one grandfather when we moved into the house 12 years ago. But got my basket ready. I'll get the droppers as we get closer, but we can go in. Loft is nice and clean. I was in here cleaning today too. We can check out some of the birds. So some of the ones I didn't send him. How are you liking the M2? Tim, I really like it so far. I didn't get the live yet because that was going to cost an extra like $600, and I also had to get my wife a new car, so I needed to not spend the money on the $600 on the live. So I'll get that before young birds, but the $600 for the live had to go towards a down payment on a car. So he didn't go to the race because I didn't really particularly like his training toss the other day. She's not going because she's dropping flights and she had like a pin feather. So I didn't want to. I'm not sending any birds molting. Is there a way to pause this and answer the phone? All right, sorry about that, guys. Can you? Yeah, Tim. She needed a new car. We were drive. Our family car was a 2003 Toyota Sequoia. But yeah, that was my friend John from the club who just called me, told me not to get caught with my pants down because they're clocking birds at 1,900 yards per minute, about 40 miles from here. So I should be getting, if my birds do well in the next 35, 40 minutes. But I was saying, yeah, that Mussolini right there, he's molting real bad. I screwed up this year. I didn't know, but that's part of learning. I didn't know not to have the old birds on lights because my lofts, you guys know, are connected, my sections. And I have lights for the young birds, but I needed to block this with something for the spring, so the old birds weren't on lights because now some of them are molting, and I'm not going to send them. But there's he's molting right now. This guy's dropped his 7th flight, so he just like the other day on both wings, so he's got a little bit of a gap. I'm not sending him. But I have some birds in here. I actually don't think I really even showed you guys. So that guy right there, he's a breeder. He's a 2023 best Kittle. I didn't have hen for him this year, but he's in the wings. I got him from Silvio, best Kittle cock. So I'm excited to breed from him next year. I've got this guy right here, is a 2023 Red Fox Jansen cock to breed from next year, which is going to be exciting. And I have this one right here is a 2023. I don't know. Sometimes I think it's a hen. Sometimes I think it's a cock. But that's a 2023 Scorpion and Red Monkey. So I'm going to try and... this year I got to make some decisions on breeders. I know who didn't perform last year. The babies that didn't perform. So this year I switched up some pairings. And it'll be a little bit of a test. But here's the young birds. They're all just hanging out. They're going to get baths soon. They're molting pretty bad, too. You can see that black guy, black one, he's molting pretty damn bad. And here they are hanging out. Like I said, their baths are going out soon, but they're looking really nice. They look real good, these guys. Look nice and healthy. Their wattles are nice and white, the ones that are a little more mature. They're molting out a little bit, so they're starting to look a little better. And then, yeah, they're looking really nice. Some of these guys, they look real good. But yeah, I'm gonna go get these guys. I actually may wait for their baths, but I'm gonna go put you guys back in the tripod, and then I'm gonna get my droppers ready. But geez Louise, 1,900 yards per minute. Kevin, John just called me. I paused the live for a second. He said that near the Delaware Water Gap, West Pennsylvania border to New Jersey, they're clocking 1,900 yards a minute. So I'm gonna flip this around. You guys have the same view as me now. Hold on, I can tilt this up a little bit. Hold on, I'm trying to, let's see. There we go. Now you guys got the same view as me, the direction they should be coming from. Morning, Steve. Been really looking forward to this first race you and Silvio are in. Yeah, I didn't do a pep talk yesterday. I spent my whole afternoon at the car dealership. I traded in our Toyota Sequoia and got a GMC Acadia. So I didn't get home from the car dealership till 4:30, and then 4:45. My kids wanted to take a ride, so we went to my parents' house, and then by the time I got back, I had to like basket the birds and leave. Chris Salt, when does this say? Hendry, have they arrived? No, not yet, not yet. I'm hoping my birds do good today. I didn't get as much training in as I would have liked, but what time do you expect them? I expected them closer to like after 10, but I just got called that they're clocking in at 1,900 yards per minute. The short end clock birds are ready. Yeah, the short end clock birds are ready. But just hang tight, guys. I'm gonna get my droppers in the basket. I'll be right back. And guys, if you hit the 3 dots up top, in the top right corner, 3 dots, then you can like the video. So if you guys could do that, I'd appreciate it. Just helps the algorithm and grows the channel. But let me get my droppers and see when the birds are coming. So the short. All right, guys. So I'll flip this back around because we got some time. Hopefully the birds do good. I get nervous every race. Like I said, the training wasn't as much as I would have liked. I'm just going to rely on that. Their weights felt good. They've been flying good when I've gotten them out, and you know, fingers crossed it goes well. I don't really have many goals for old birds other than to you know, clock birds and do it right. I don't have a big team. I got 8 birds, which, you know, it only takes 1 to win, but I still only have 8 birds. I'm still learning how to monitor rest and everything with them. So I don't have, yeah, 8, Tim. My old birds, it's been bad. I had 2 didn't come back from training. Dodo bird never came back. My white grizzle hen, who she was not good last year, she picked right up where she left off this year. She eventually didn't come back. I think that there was a hawk attack training because the birds came back kind of scattered. I had my scorpion hen, who was one of my best birds. The freaking hawk got her, which sucked. And one of my Mussolini cocks, the hawk went after, and he hit my house trying to get away and killed himself. So I went from 12 birds to 8 birds in like 2 weeks. What's a good training for old birds? I mean, the distances I was going, I got them up to 70 miles this past Tuesday. And I feel like that's a good distance to train them, to get them back in shape. But I just didn't get them down the road as many times as I would have liked because of the weather. It was either raining or ridiculously windy every day. So I tossed them as much as possible, and even twice a day on the nice days, I would take them like 10 miles twice just to get them in the habit of coming out of the baskets again. But Tim, yeah, my old bird team was decimated. 2 bad races last year. I went from 35 birds to 12 birds from just 2 bad races with the weather, which sucks. But you know, I don't think I'm gonna race the whole old bird season. I think I'm probably gonna do like the first 4, maybe 5 races, and then just stop and focus on young birds, and then I can bolster my team for next year with my young birds from this year, and then just focus on the young birds and get them going. It's actually what I find the hardest about doing the old birds and young birds this year is training 2 teams while working an hour from home. So that's what's tough, because it's I gotta like decide, am I gonna fly the old birds when I get home from work or let the young birds out and settle them? So I've been kind of trying to do, like, on the really, really calm days, let the young birds out, and on the windier days and the cloudy days, I let the old birds out because I'm not worried about them getting lost. The problem is I found on the cloudy days is when the hawk comes. On the nice days, he doesn't really bother us. So it's tough. It's tough. What's the ETA, Steve? It's 9:23 now. When did he call me? 9:05? 9:07? I should get birds. I mean, listen, if my birds are doing the speed, 1,900 yards per minute, like those other birds, I should have them in like another 20 minutes. But like I said, I don't know how they're going to do. I'm from the UK. Approximately how many minutes to go, as it's hard to work out the time difference. I can tell you right now, Hendry, it's 9:23 a.m. where I am. They were released at 7:05 a.m., so they've been on the wing for now 2.5 hours, just about. So it should be... honestly, I could get a bird any minute. We'll see. I got my one Mussolini hen in there, 1707. She was one of my most consistent birds last year, and she's been the same way this year in training. She's doing really well. So I think she should do okay. My Wolverine cock, he's a big, big boy. He was a little inconsistent last year, but this year in the training, he's been lights out. So I sent him. And I have a red Dykstra Golden Matins in the race he did a 70-mile training toss. He came home by himself. He did over 1,400 yards per minute. There was like no wind, so he flew really well in the 70-mile toss, so I sent him today. And then I sent a Deverant, like a red check, silverish Deverant, who he's been kind of a little inconsistent in the training, but he's not molting at all. So today's like more like training for him. I just want to see him get back with the program. But all the birds I sent they're not molting terribly, not molting at all. And they've been flying well in training. So we'll see what happens. And there's a red tail. Actually, that's a bald eagle. You can see the rounded wings, and that thing's the size of an airplane. We'll see. I'm gonna raise the tripod, guys, because no way I'm gonna be sitting going forward. I'll be pacing now. If you see me walk away, it's because I'm up on my deck trying to get a better view. I'm going to flip you guys around. What's the number of birds on the other teams? Oh, Jim, those guys got 40 birds. We can't ship more than 25 birds in a race, but some of those guys did ship that amount. I sent 4. I think Silvio sent like 10, 9 or 10, I think. I talked to him briefly this morning, but so if a bird comes, guys, just bear with me. My intention is going to be, there's 3 bald eagles right there. My intention is going to be to spin you guys to the loft. And then I'm going to go and do what I have to do to get the bird down as fast as possible. So that's what we're going to attempt. If I screw it up, don't hold it against me, please. It's funny to see me on pins and needles. Oh, Tim, I'm a disaster on race day. I'm a disaster. It's not even fun. It's not even funny. I've been up since 5:30 in the morning. Like, the birds are coming home any minute. I have to, like, find things to keep myself busy. Tim, have you raced or do you race? Oh, shut up, Kevin. That's it, Kevin. I'm gonna aim you at the floor. All right, Tim, are you gonna race? Let's see. Is this a good spot? Yeah, this is a little better. And you're not as much in my way when I go run around like a madman. Oh, Tim, it's really exciting. You deal with all the nerves and all the hard work of training them, and then, like, to see it all come together on race day when, you know, it counts against other birds, see how your birds perform and how they do. It's really cool. And hopefully my birds do well today. Hopefully they do good and don't embarrass me in front of you guys. That's the other thing. You can't guarantee. You have no, you know, there's so much is out of your hands. So we'll see how they do. I got birds this year. We'll have young bird races in fall. Oh, cool, Jim. When do they start? August? For us, they start in August. The other thing is like on race day, my heart drops every time I see a bird go by, no matter what the bird is. You see it out of the corner of your eyes and you like freak out and then realize it's a dove or it's anything but a pigeon. I hope they do well. I hope they do all right today. Like I said, I don't need to win. Just need them to do all right. Winning would just be a bonus. Tell the birds to hold on. I have to get my first cup of Java. Yeah, I'll send them. I'll send a pigeon to meet them and tell them to slow down. I see some crows in the trees, so that's good. That'll help with any hawks. September in Iowa Club. Oh, okay, not far behind us. We start mid-August. Well, I would say to have a shot at the combine, I would need a bird in probably the next, like, 10 minutes. But you never know. Just takes one to hold the line. Oh, there's a red tail right there. Big red tail. Wind's picking up, too, out of the west-southwest. It's tough to tell. That's the other thing, too. I want your birds to win. That's how I always think for my birds. Believe in them. Daniel, yeah, I believe in them. I definitely believe in them. It's not them I don't believe in. Sometimes I doubt myself. But, yeah, the other thing, too, that I'm, like, trying to learn is, like, with the wind directions, you know, which way they're going to come. Because from where they're tossed, it's, like, south, it's like west-southwest of me. They get tossed. So to come home, they got to do, like, an east-northeast path. And then with the wind directions and everything, I try to figure out, are they going to hold the line? Are they going to come in more west? Are they going to come more west-northwest? So it's tough. Tim, no, I didn't. I didn't give him a pep talk for this race. I was too busy yesterday. The other problem is my wife is like the greatest pigeon spotter I've ever seen in my life. I don't know how she sees them coming from so far away, and she always knows when it's my bird. But she's got to take the kids. My daughter's got a birthday party at 10, and then she's going to go run some errands. So I'm by myself out here. We'll see how it goes. You're doing well so far. I've been watching you getting better with everything you're doing. But the more time you have with them, you will understand. Thanks, Daniel. Yeah, I definitely do see an improvement in myself. I'm definitely more sure of myself and the decisions I make regarding the birds, like when to let them out, when to train, where to train, things like that. I'm definitely getting better with. I'm not as nervous when I let the young birds out. I'm like really not nervous at all letting the young birds out. I just, don't want a disaster to happen with the hawks. But I definitely have a better understanding of letting go of the things you can't control. There's a lot of factors in this sport are out of your control. And I'm definitely getting better about not worrying about them as much. And not getting attached to birds. Last year I got too attached to some birds, I will admit, mostly because my team was small. They were the first birds I bred and settled and did all right with. I got attached to some of them more than I should have. So this year I'm really trying not to do that. We race here in Caribbean from island to island, no land, only overseas races. It'd be hard sometimes, man. Yeah, it is. It's definitely hard sometimes. 9:34, so in another 3 minutes, it's a half an hour longer than when John called me. So we're getting close. We're getting close. Not my pigeon. That's just a bird. He got me excited. This batting cage has helped so much settling birds. Yeah, Tim, I think it really helped a lot. Last year, I didn't have the batting cage. I had first round that was strong on the wing when I let them out. I didn't have a lot. I only had 7 birds in my first round, but I lost 5 of them, just flying away. Bye. As soon as the hawks showed up, they just took off, never came back. This year, my first round's doing better than my second round. had this first round out 4 times now. I lost 3 the first time I let them out, which is to be expected. And then the next 3 times, I haven't lost any. Knock on wood, it continues that way. But they're doing really well. They're very comfortable being out and coming back and landing on the loft, which is the biggest difference. That's what the net helped them with the most, I think, was learning to land on the loft. What time do they get released? 7:05. I figured 6:45 because I was out here doing, shovel and mulch. The sun was up. But I guess where they're released out in Pennsylvania, the ground is not as flat, so you got to wait a little longer. The guys in the club were saying 6:45 yesterday. All right, come on, birds. We need Al Danza to guide them home. Like the spirit of Al Danza, like in that movie, Angels in the Outfield. Just guide them home, Grandpa. $33 people watching. Guys, do me a favor, just like the video. Go in the top right corner, the 3 dots. Click that, and then you can like the video. And 33 people watching and 6 likes. The likes help the videos go further, and the whole point of the videos and the YouTube channel is to try and help grow the sport. So the more people that can see it, the better. Ah, 2 people did it. Thanks. We're up to 8. 22 more to go. All right. It's been 30 minutes since John called me. So, could be any minute now. I'm gonna get my vantage point up on the deck real quick, guys. Sunday morning coffee and pigeon racing, nothing better. No, really, there really isn't anything better. Let me go get up on the deck and get a better view out towards west. I don't see anything yet. Really couldn't ask for a nicer day. It's really nice out. First time here, subscribe and give your thumbs up from Roswell, New Mexico. Hey, thanks, Tommy. Hopefully we get, I don't know if you just joined in, but should hopefully be getting a bird home any minute now. Hopefully they didn't follow other birds somewhere else and they broke. Here comes the wind again. It's always windy. This wind is from like the south. guys hear that wind? Also wondering how low they'll come in, if they're going to come in low or high. My birds have been staying pretty low. Goddamn dove. Hopefully they remember your Trenton pep talk last year. Do you have a prediction of which bird will be first? I would say my Mussolini hen, 1707. She's so damn consistent. She's just so reliable. So if I picked her as my board bird in the club yesterday for our bragging rights. I'm definitely have. I would pick her to be first, but I don't know. I mean, I've been surprised every race. Last year it was like every race was a different bird came home first. But she's definitely very consistent. Oh, who is this guy? All right. Bye, Queen. There you go, Tim. You're gonna find out if the birds are in shape today. That's for sure. Man, that wind is coming from the south now. It's supposed to be west-southwest. Means my birds may come in from more north. The weight is excruciating. Yeah, you're telling me the weight is excruciating. Oh, that's a hawk. What is that? That was a hawk. circling up there. I don't even know what kind of hawk that is. There's a small red tail. Where are the crows when you need them? Well, 9:46. I mean, we're gonna have a shot at the combine. I need a bird like now, like right this second. Right. This is killing me. This weight is killing me. Don't forget to like the video. Yeah, thanks, Tim. Thanks for reminding everybody. I always say I'd like to get like multiple birds on the drop, but last year I got multiple birds on the drop and it cost me a win. I missed first by 8 seconds because they came in together and they did a couple more laps than they would have done if they were by themselves. But I only have 4 birds in the race, so chances of getting multiple birds on the drop is probably slim. Oh, here comes the crow. Go get that hawk. There he goes. You guys will see him in a second. There he is. Go get that hawk out of here. Get your posse. I think I'm going to turn you guys a little bit more west-northwest because I think they're going to come in more north. Well, the guys west of me. What the heck kind of bird is that?
Daddy, we're going.
All right, have fun.
Bye.
All right, love you. What I was going to say is we got guys in the combine that live like 40 or 50 miles west of me. So it doesn't make much sense. I don't understand the boundaries. Just as a new guy, I'm not saying there's a problem with it. I just don't understand it. Because this is, for me, this is 162 miles for my birds. But for those guys, it's like 110. I fly a longer distance than that in the 100-mile race. mean, it's nice. You get a heads up. You can see when they clock, but you know your birds should be on their way. I'm just hoping these guys broke, did what they need to do. Oh, there's the crow chasing the hawk. Go get him. Go get him. Get him out of here. I turned the camera, but I don't think you guys will be able to see it. They're kind of off in the distance. My next race is supposed to be next weekend, next Sunday. Another 150. For me, it's 162. We'll see how the birds do today. We got another Monday and Tuesday are supposed to be nice. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are supposed to rain again. So, honestly, who the hell knows with this weather? There's another freaking hawk. What the hell is going on? It's all right. Here comes the crow. Go get him, Mr. Crow. There's a lot of red tails out today. I've noticed that the Cooper's hawks seem to hunt early and late, and the red tails hunt like all day, like late morning to like late afternoon. Is when I see the red tails. That's why the rooster's going insane, because there's freaking red tails all over the place. Hopefully that doesn't affect the birds. Well, it's 9:52, 9:53, so we could likely kiss a combine win goodbye. I don't know if anybody in my club got any birds. I've got you guys going, so I can't check. Let's see how they do. They heard it was race day. Who? The roosters? Yeah. Honestly, I don't mind when they're loud on race day, because the pigeons, the birds know them. They know the sound. It's almost just like me whistling. They hear the sound of the rooster further than they hear me whistling, so. I also don't know who clocked birds first, if it was the guys west down south or the guys that are west, like northwest of me. So I don't know if it's the southwest guys, the northwest guys, or the straight west guys. I have no clue. I could not tell you. I could tell you that at 9:55, my birds likely didn't break on time. But it's the first race of the year. They got to work out the kinks, shake off the rust. Let's see where they are. I also feel it's so much harder to see them from a long way off when it's clear skies like this. They almost have to be like right on top of you to see them. On the overcast days, it's easier to spot them. I feel anyway. The undersides of the birds just like blend in with the blue skies and high clouds. That's a crow, not a pigeon. I agree, when it's cloudier, they're easier to spot. Yeah, they're so much easier to spot when it's cloudy. I thought it was me. But when it's sunny like this and clear skies, I can't see them until they're like right on top of me. I'm gonna try something. Sorry, guys. No text messages. Come on, birds. Come on, birds. All right, everybody. I don't know. Do whatever your superstition is. I just checked my texts. I didn't get any texts from anybody in the club. So usually they'll text if somebody gets like their board bird in. It's also tough too for me because about a mile east of me, like, yeah, east of me is the bay. The bay is huge. So if my birds come in a little north or a little south, they'll follow the water line back home, and then they'll come in from behind me, which is makes things tough too. You almost have to do like a 360 from where I live. They 100% they use the water as a landmark, and they follow the water line home. There's a vulture. $9.59, nothing yet. I think we can definitely kiss a combine win goodbye. These birds are right at 3 hours, so I don't think they're going to be doing no 1,900 yards a minute. I think the guys 40, 50 miles west of here had the advantage of the wind not picking up till later in the morning. The other day Tuesday, we did a group toss. My friend John let my birds out with his 70 miles, and my birds were right on the money. So hopefully, the ones I sent today anyway were right on the money. So hopefully they do good today. What is that? A vulture flew right across the sun. I live closer to Pioneer Sugar Company. It's huge. They come from the factory area. Yeah, they definitely use their landmarks. Mine use the water, 100%. What's going on, Jay? Thanks. Oh, that was a bird. Was it mine? Nope. Goddamn hawk. There's hawks everywhere. It's like the 5th hawk I've seen this morning. And he's going way, looks like he's going way away though. The only downside of running the live video is I can't check the Benzing Live stuff at the same time and see who's clocked and how many have clocked and where the lofts are, if they're north or south. That's the only downside, but that's okay. Today will be like the old school where you don't know until they show up, except running a YouTube live. So not much old school here. There's pigeons right there. Those are not mine. There's a group of 4. A group of 4 pigeons just went by. All right, well, John just called me and he clocked birds like 20 minutes ago. So mine are late. He also got a bunch more tosses than me. So mine are late. We didn't have a good day. No, Joe doesn't fly old birds, Kev. He just does young birds. Up north. So mine will be coming from the north against the wind. Well, my birds didn't do great today. Now we just got to get them in. Yeah, Jay, today was kind of like training for these guys. I really didn't get as much training in as I would have liked with the weather being the way it was. And the hawk been absolutely ruining everything for me. I'd like to get a bird on video, though, while we're doing this. Yeah, it's very windy outside. Here we go. Here's two. Come on, guys. We're having a hard time landing in the wind. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Get in. Get inside. Go in. Come on. Good job, guys. Good job. Good job. So much wind they can't come down. Yeah, they had trouble landing. They had a lot of trouble landing. Hold on one second, guys. No, they came from behind me. They overflew. They overflew me. That's what's tough. You got guys with so many birds in the race, and you got 4. So those 2 were together. They might have been with that other group of birds that flew past me before. And then when they realized they went too far, they followed the water back up, just like I said they would do. Let me get these 2 dummies down. All right, let me get that other guy. Let me see when they clocked in exactly. Good job. 10:09 is the John clocked the bird. He had a bird home at 31, but he didn't get it down right away. He said it was real spooked. It took a little while to come in. His bird kicked mine's ass. Mine overflew. So I think my birds were in that group we saw, guys, not that long ago. That group that went by, that was like 4 or 5 pigeons. So I bet you those were mine, overflew the house in the group, and then followed the water back up. That's my best guess. I would have had them 10 minutes ago. How long ago was that I said I saw those birds go by? Had to be 10, 15 minutes, maybe longer now. All right, so who here wants to try? Rabbit. Yeah, Rabbit, no problem. You just missed 2 of my birds get back from the race. They're late. We didn't have a great day today, but they're just getting back in the swing of things. So today was like training. But still got 2 more out. I only sent 4, so I got half my birds home. There's a bald eagle right up there. That's why the rooster's going nuts. You hear his pterodactyl? But Alexandria. I'm aware I'm late. Thank you. How far the race today? For 150. For me, 162. LOL, sorry. Yeah, no, that's all right, man. Yeah, I know they're late. I only sent 4 birds to the race, so they overflew. The 2 I just got in came from the east. They overflew me. It's tough when you have such little birds in the race, and the other guys send like an army. You know, birds got to be real smart and break from those groups, and then you got like miniature groups going back to the same area. You still only have 4 birds in the entire race. Only takes 1 to win, so. I'm not making an excuse, but I know what happened. They stayed with we saw a group of birds go by maybe 10 or 15 minutes before they came home. And I think they were with them, went to a different loft and then turned around and came back. Now we got to see where the other 2 are. Hope eagle doesn't keep them away. No, the eagle actually keeps the hawks away. The pigeons don't really seem to mind him. Does anybody want to do the conversion? It was a 7:05 liberation, and mine clocked in at 10:09. Anybody wants to tell me what the yards per minute are? I can't close. I don't want to close the live again. We'll just keep this aimed at the loft in case some more birds come. I do think it's crazy, though, that I only sent 4 birds to that race, and I got 2 of them on the drop. I mean, what are the odds? The odds have to be pretty low with that. Dykstra Mussolini? No. Dykstra, Golden Matins, and my Deverant. Not that the other 2 birds matter. We already lost, so let me go get them. I'll show you guys those birds. So this is the one bird. This is my Dykstra. He's like a red check. Not Dykstra. I'm sorry, Deverant. I don't know if you guys can see him all right. He's a nice bird. And here's the red. He's a Dykstra Golden Matins. He's Big Red's bastard love child. Late hatch from last year. This is actually only his second race ever. But he did pretty good. He's been doing good in training too. He did well. Man, Tim, some of these birds did like 2,000 yards per minute. The ones that like really had the wind with them. Mine didn't do that. But I am curious to know what they did. The release time was 7:05, and they clocked in at 10:09. And 10:09 05. 10:09 and 05 seconds was my first one. Mine actually, now like thinking about it, they came from that way. They came like, if you guys can see those power lines down there and that tall tree off in the distance that's got no leaves on it. They came from there. That's northeast-ish. So they went, my birds went north. They went with the wind and the other birds and then had to come back down. Now we wait for the other two. $15.49. Yeah, slow. I mean that's a great speed if you know, on a day with no wind, but on a day with this wind, they were kind of slow. It's going to be about, I think, 71 today, 72. I don't know if you guys heard me earlier, but I still think it's... I got half my birds back, Lawrence, so that would be 2, because I only sent 4. They overflew me. Mine were late. They came in from the, like, northeast-ish, so mine went with the wind and the group up north. They didn't break. Still waiting on 2. I don't know, guys. Coronavirus and gave all these guys who can work from home the advantage. They can train and work in their car. I have to go to work, so I don't get to train as much as them. But that's okay. These birds are going to come in from the north again. The rest of them, the other 2, just who knows how far north they went. 12 out of 25. What are you, a mob flyer? You're a mob flyer too, Lawrence. Just like I was teasing my friend John. Mob flyers with your 25 birds. My birds probably went with your big group. I really think those birds were with my birds were in that group that we saw like 10 to 10. I think it was about 10 to 10. I saw those birds go by. The direction they went is actually towards Silvio. So maybe they were with Silvio's birds. They may come to my house. On a day like today, they might come to your house. That bird's actually, I didn't send that bird today, Lawrence. The one that visited you. She's here. But maybe you'll get another one to your house. The wind was supposed to be west-southwest. It is, this wind is just south. Like it is just south right now. Yeah, Kevin, they do good in races. On races, they don't really land on the neighbor's roof. They really don't. It's very rare they land on that roof in a race. The only time they'll do that is if there's like a hawk or something. There's a bird coming from the north. Now that was a nice landing. That was 1707. They're coming from the north. Mine went north. That's it. That's what happened. Mine went up north with the group. Out in Southern California, 395 combine. George, that's awesome. Let me know how you do. Well, 3 out of 4 are home. I get the 4th one home in the next couple minutes. I mean, honestly, that's really not bad, sending 4 birds. Here I was worried about the kind of shape they were in, and they just did 3.5 hours on the wing. So they feel, I mean, they're in good shape. There's 2 pigeons right there going by. Those are nope, those are doves. That was too erratic to be a pigeon. The doves and the pigeons look so similar at first, especially a little further away. They got like that same profile. So far, every bird I've seen go by have come from the north. Yeah, the board bird. Let me go grab her. I'll show you guys the board bird. She's drinking water, so I'm gonna let her chill for a minute. Then I'll go grab her. The two cocks that came home first, they're in there fighting with the other birds, so they're definitely not tired at all. Just beating each other up. Now the birds are in good shape. I mean, they're landing good. Their wings aren't droopy. They're coming back. They're coming in, so they look good. They look in good shape. But that bird came from the same direction, too, as the other two, from the north. Once we get the big boy Wolverine in, he's like the size of a bald eagle, so in this wind, I ended up in Long Island. Yep, 1029, bird number 3. She comes in like a missile. Did you guys see that landing? I wished I could have like a 360 view because she dropped in right how I told you. She came in, she looped around, I tossed the dropper, and she dropped right over those power lines, right into the loft. If it wasn't so windy, she probably would have hit the landing board. Yeah, 3 birds, 3 out of 4. I mean, that's pretty good. Like I said, 3/4 of my birds are home. I just got to get one to get the last one in the next couple of minutes. If I get him in, that's a success, I think. But I'll let that hen chill out for a second, and then I'll go grab her for you guys. Let her have some water. She hasn't had any water since yesterday. Here are the crows. Just needed one bird to hold the line, but they ended up going north. They're in shape. They're healthy. Having birds return is definitely a huge success. Even if you don't win, you live to race another day. Yeah, I definitely get to live to race another day. George, I only sent 4 birds to the race. I got 3 of them home. They're late, but that's pretty good. 3 out of 4 returns. 3/4 of my birds are back. The other one should be back soon, I hope. You know, the funnier thing to me is everybody talks about like motivation and stuff for these old birds, and Listen, I mean, nothing really tops a hen that's highly motivated to come home, in my opinion. But the two cocks that were home first, they don't have any motivation other than the love of the loft. They don't have girlfriends. They don't have nests to sit on. They came home because they wanted to. That's a freaking dove. Freaking doves, man. Yeah, the birds did all right. That was the only problem, though, is having only 4 birds in the race with probably over 1,000. Is it's, they end up staying with that big group. That's their instinct, I guess, is to stay in a flock. I needed them to break. Also, what are the chances you send 4 birds to a race and 2 of them are you get 2 on a drop? I think that's even crazier. And there's another hawk. That looks like a... What is that? Is that a Cooper? Yep, the Cooper's hawk. There's that freaking female. Hang on one sec, guys. I'm going to go put baths out for the young birds. If my bird comes in while I'm in the house for a second, let me know. Did I miss anything? Get the 4th bird home. Then I'll just put baths out for everybody. Let everybody chill out. Nope, no bird? Okay. Sorry, guys, I had to go look at something. We put up a crow feeder, and it looks like the crows are actually thinking about going in it for the first time. But I saw them like kind of landing in my front yard, and I wanted to go make sure there wasn't a hawk eating my pigeon. I don't know about you guys, But I use these heavy-duty cooking trays as bath pans. I got a Costco, and they work really well. All right, Tim, take it easy. Hey, JD. All right, guys, well, this is going on an hour and a half. We got 3 or 4 home. I'm gonna end it now, and I'll update everybody in the community page how we make out. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. So have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and until the next video.